Hello, my name is Nelo and I welcome you to the channel. First of all, I want to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers and my viewers. I am grateful. You guys are my backbone. You are the best. Thank you. So this video is going to be on a simple basic block. From this basic block, you make your blouse, your top, your dress. All you need to do is to modify one or two things on it, and that's all. And this tutorial is going to be beginners friendly too. All right, if you're new to this channel and you've not subscribed, please consider subscribing for more videos. By the grace of God, I'll be uploading video every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Subscribe, like this video, share with your teammates, your friends and family. Thank you all. I appreciate. See you in my next video. Bye. So my paper is folded into two. The upper one is the front bodice, while the one underneath it is the back bodice with zipper allowance. As you can see, 1.5 zip allowance. Okay, so I added 1.5 zipper allowance for the back and I placed the front on top of it. Okay, we'll be cutting them together. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is to take my shoulder measurements. My shoulder is 16 divided by 2. I have 8. Make sure all your measurements are from that front panel, not from the zipper allowance. Okay, she starts from the front, the one on top. Okay, so I have taken the shoulder measurement, which is 8, and now from my shoulder to bust is 11. Then from bust to my waist measurement is 17. Okay, and then my hip measurement, which is 25. Okay, so I'll do the same on the other side just to get a straight line. Okay, so after that I'm going to connect them, the point, in a straight line. All right, I haven't done that. I'm going to mark my armhole. The armhole I'm working with is 18 divided by 2, which is 9. Guys, I prefer measuring armhole when I'm making clothes. To minus my bust, divide my bust by 6 plus 1.5 doesn't work for me. Seriously, I prefer measuring armhole. So the one I'm working with is 9. Okay, so I'm going to rule a straight line there. So it's safer to measure the armhole. Okay, all right, so that will serve as my chest line. And now I'm going to be taking my neck measurement. The neck, basic neck is 3 by 3. Okay, 3 inches width and 3 inches deep. Okay, and the neck is 1 inch deep. Okay, the back pattern, sorry, not the neck, the back neck is 1 inches deep, while the front is 3 inches deep, and the width is 3 inches also. Okay, so I'm trying to connect the neck. All right, so I'm also covering the back neck, which is 1 inches, 1 inch. So after that, I'm going to slant my shoulder by 1/2 inch. Okay, I don't usually use 1 inch because I'm still going to be adding the 1 inch sewing allowance, so it's just to use 1/2 inch for your shoulder slant, and I'll not be adding any sewing allowance again. All right, and then I'll be getting the midpoint of that line So from there I'll go in by half an inch or 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so from that shoulder slant I'm going to draw a straight line to that point and then connect with a curve. But before then I'm going to measure my bust measurements. Okay, I'll take my bust measurement so as to curve the armhole well. Okay, so the bust I'm working with is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. All right, so I'll be marking the same 10 on the other side on my chest line. All right, so now I'm going to curve. So that is going to be my front armhole. So for the back armhole, I'm going to go up by 2.5 inch or 2 inches, or you could connect from that point you curved the front, but I'm going up by 2.5 inch, and then from there I'm going to curve my back armhole like so. Okay, all right, so that's the back armhole and the other one is for the front. Okay, so next I'm going to be inserting my darts. Okay, the nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 8 inches divided by 2 will give me 4 inch. Okay, so and then I added half an inch for sewing allowance. So what I'm taking here is 4.5. Okay, so I'm going to take it all through down and then I'll roll a straight line like so. So I'm connecting all the points in a straight line. All right, so on the waistline there, I'm going to take half inch on both sides, okay, to form my dart. All right, and on the bust side I'm going to come down by 1 inch. All right, and on the waist hip line I'm going to go up by 2 inches. Okay, so I'm covering the dart. All right, so having done that, I'm going to be putting all my measurements now. All right, so you'll be dividing all your measurements by 4. So the waist measurement I'm working with divided by 4 is 9.5. Okay, so I'm going to be taking 9.5 there on my waistline like so, and then I'll add 1 inch the dart measurement we took. All right, so it's now 10.5, and then the hip I'm working with is 42 divided by 4 will give me 10.5. All right, so from there I'm going to connect. Remember we've taken our bust measurement already, so from there I'm going to connect to the waistline, from the waistline to the hip line. Okay, right, so the next we're going to be doing is to put our bust darts. Okay, I'm going to be showing you how to insert your bust darts. So for the bust dart, you're going to measure, right, you know, this pattern you can actually use it for any blouse of your choice. Okay, you can decide to omit the bust dart, you can decide to use it also. Okay, so I'm going to get the midpoint between my chest line and my waist. All right, so that's my midpoint. All right, so I'm going to be connecting from there to the bust point. okay, to the bust line, like this. All right, and then on that, from the bust point, I'm going to mark 1 inch downwards. Okay, I'm going to be taking away 1 inch from that line, and then here I'm going to take 1/2 inch on both sides. All right, and then I'm connected to that 1 inch I minused there. Okay, I hope you understand just the way I'm doing it. Okay, so this is our bust dart. All right, some people call it side dart or bust dart. All right, so now we are going to be replacing that the 1 inch we took the under. Sorry guys, is the place is not showing. All right, I just marked 1 inch downward, and I'm going to connect it to that hip line like this, just the way I place my ruler. Okay, you curve it to the hip line, the way I keep my pattern master. All right, I believe you can see the line a little bit downward. Sorry, it's not showing properly. I'm so sorry. So, and that is that for our front pattern. Okay, so now I'll start by cutting the back, after which I'll cut the front. Okay, please note that I did not add any sewing allowance to this pattern. I only add sewing allowance on the fabric when I'm cutting it on the fabric. Okay, all right, so this is our front bodice and this is the back. But actually my camera stopped filming when I was drafting the back, and I didn't know. It was when I finished I decided to go through what I did, and I found out that it wasn't showing, so I just created another one. So I'm just drawing out the point we marked on the front panel. This is my chest line, my bust line, my waistline, and then my hip line. Okay, so you may be wondering why the zip allowance I wrote on the other one is not showing on this. Is because this one is a different paper. Okay, so right now I'm going to be putting my dart measurement, which is 4.5. Okay, just like we did to the front, I'm going to put the dart like so. And on the hip line too. So I'm going to connect with in a straight line. Okay, so to mark the back dart, I'm going to go up from the bust line. I'm going to go up by 1 inch. So on the waistline, I'm taking 1/2 inch on both sides. Okay, taking 1/2 inch on both sides, and then on the bust line, I'm going to go up by 3/4 of an inch. Sorry. Okay, I'm going up by 3/4 of an inch, and then on the hip line I'll go up by 2 inches, just like we did to the front. Okay, so now I'm going to be connecting my dart. All right, like this. All right, so I'm going to be grading my back waist. Okay, so on the zipper allowance I'm going to go in by 1/2 an inch. All right, and then I'll connect it like this to the bust line. Okay, I'm going to connect it like this in a curved way, in a slant way to the bust line, and I'll also connect down to the hip line. Okay,
All right, and then I'm going to be replacing the half an inch I took on that zipper allowance inward like this. I'm going to be taking half an inch inwards too, and then I'll connect it like this too to the bust line, just the way I did, just the way I'm doing it. Okay, connect it upward like this. This is to eliminate the bulginess. Okay, you see some people after wearing clothes, their dress, you see that the zip is folding to just squeeze at the back. With this, you eliminate it. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to be cutting it out. All right. I'm going to leave it in case I needed it for something else, you know. Like maybe I want to do a dress without zip. All right, I'll use it just like this. So now I'm going to be cutting out. Remember, this down part is what we added because of the bust dart. Okay, so I'm cutting it out. All right, the bust that I added in the front. All right, so thank you guys for watching. This is the front and the back. See you in my next video. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel if you've not done so. Thank you all. See you in my next video. Bye.